What is up? What is going on? And how are you doing? The clickbaiters are out and the flashy titles are running them up. But let's talk about what's really going on with this temporary seal to Exhibit A. I have the documents pulled up. We'll read through that main little chunk right there and then we'll discuss. Motion to temporarily seal Exhibit A of the stipulation for preparation and release a transcript and record of grand jury proceedings with conditions. It gives the blanket statement up top and lists the reasons they think there should at least be a temporary seal. They are as follows: interfere with enforcement proceedings, deprive a person of a right to a fair trial or an impartial adjudication, constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy, disclose the identity of a confidential source and or disclose investigative techniques and procedures. So that part talking about a confidential source and investigative techniques sparked a lot of curiosity. And of course, people who are inclined to believe that this is purely a setup job are being fed this title and this headline with some sort of information along the lines that they've got an individual within this case who has just leaked and dumped and pointed all the fingers at bryankohberger. But as I was reading it, my initial thoughts were the same. Who is this confidential source? Who is the person who is solely pointing the finger from behind the scenes? But I couldn't really think of a person. But then I got wondering, there's a lot of controversy about how they gathered this DNA evidence. So I did some reading, and I'm not going to go into the companies that have this statement. You are more than welcome to get online and do your own research. But this genealogy testing, we've seen the advertisements. There is a plethora of these companies out there saying, give us your spit and we'll tell you where you're from. Now, me personally, I've never had a huge concern about wondering where I'm from. I mean, by the skin and the eyes and the big nose, it's pretty obvious. So, doesn't bother me. It's not something I worry about. I'm American. I'm a mutt. I'm a whole bunch of stuff. Who cares? But there are law enforcement disclaimers for every single one of these companies. Now, they'll go on and tell you, and y'all strict conspiracy theorist people, cover your ears. You may get triggered. You may get bothered, and I don't want to upset anybody. But those disclaimers state that your information is protected. Your data will not be sold to anybody without your consent. What you do with your genetic history is your business, and we won't cooperate with law enforcement unless they go through the proper channels and they submit a subpoena. Did you get it? I'm believing that this confidential source and this investigative technique, and this is just me speaking, as far as I'm aware, I don't know if any other content creators are out there doing this. I don't know if this is in a news article, and if it is, I'm not trying to claim I'm the first. You heard it here first. Number one, blah, blah, blah. If somebody else said it, cool. They can have all the credit. But I believe that the confidential source that they are saying links Bryan Kohberger's DNA at the crime scene to him, it's a company. I believe that they subpoenaed one or all of these companies for family members within Bryan Kohberger's family who have submitted spit to one of these genealogy companies. And all y'all people who are living off the grid and thinking you can't be tracked and you can do what you want because there's nothing of you in the system, now you got something to worry about. Because your Aunt Jolene, 3 states over, got gifted a gift to share her spit from her grandson Earl, and now you're linked to a crime. Sorry, buddy. They got you. Nobody makes it out of the system alive. I'm just kidding. Look, not trying to make anybody nervous. I'm not trying to make anybody upset. I don't believe there is a confidential source as in a person. I think this was a company who received court documents stating they had to turn over evidence or a history of a profile somewhere in this guy's family. And I think that's what they're basing their DNA evidence off of, at least initially. So if you want to be paranoid, share with your family. Don't buy Aunt Jolene that spit kit. That's all I can say. If Aunt Jolene's already spit on the swab, I mean, walk the straight line. Best way to not go to jail is don't break the law. Or don't be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Harder said than done. It happens. But that's my thoughts on it. I didn't want to post anything running away with some sort of wild goose chase about who the alleged confidential source is. I personally believe it's an entity within that genealogy market. And y'all can go read those disclaimers yourself. But that's what I got. I'm curious about your thoughts. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate everybody being civil. And I appreciate everybody giving input of all sides. It's been refreshing. So keep them coming. Whatever's on your mind, let me know. If you got something to say, put it on the community page. I'm good with that too. Other than that, y'all have a good one.